Aloha, everybody.
Aloha!
Well, I was
Yes.
showing,
Wait.
I was showing Betsy all the dragon stuff, right? Dragons. We're all doing dragons.
We're doing dragons today. It's Dragon Day.
This one my mom got me in Costa Rica.
Ooh. I have my dragon earring on.
And this one is a purple jade.
Sweet.
I'm all about the dragons. Oh, right. The ring. Can't not.
I told, yeah. Okay. Still causing me physical pain when you show me that. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I'm going to be scouring the internets.
Yeah, I went a little overboard with the dragon stuff.
No such thing as overboard with the dragons. Yeah. Well, behind me, there's two dragons. This is a little porcelain Chinese dragon, and this is one of the resin rainbow-colored dragons.
Right, these little guys.
And show us that big dragon head. That's like cinnabar, right? That's really cute.
Yeah, this is red moss agate with bright eyes.
O-M to the G. Wow. I know. Wow. Oh, so the notification just went off. I don't see anybody in the chats yet, but hopefully some folks will come in.
Yes.
And welcome to our August.
Welcome to the Dragon Palooza.
Yeah, Dragon Rama. Dragon Palooza. Dragon Fest.
All right. I should show my yummy mug.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Like I said, causing me physical pain today. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the chat.
You were asking for when you asked me to do dragons?
Oh, wait. I should find the dragons on my cup. I know I have
some on there.
Oh, there's Gerald. Hi, Gerald.
Gerald.
This is from Calamity Wear. This is a travel mug called What's the Worst That Could Happen? And it's just all monsters and things like, if you think your commute is bad, it could be worse.
This mug was actually from, which Ren Fair was it?
There's Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Gerald and Kristen.
I think the Oregon Ren Fair, I want to say.
My sister just went to the one in Seattle 2 weeks ago, and they oversold it so much. She said they had to leave because they couldn't get any food or find a facility, a relief station. And apparently the traffic jam was so bad. They had no one directing traffic. The traffic was so bad in front of the place, some people couldn't get in, and they had to refund a bunch of tickets. They oversold it. That's how popular the Ren Fair is now in Tacoma.
Wow. This was either Oregon or California. I can't remember now. It might have been the California one now that I'm thinking about it. And we got it from a pewtersmith who made it himself. And Frank has a matching one, which is like a wolf drinking, right?
Ooh.
Each handle is some sort of creature drinking from the mug.
Wow.
And I got the dragon who's literally licking my drink.
Kristen, since you can't stay long, would you like a dragon reading before you go? Oh, go. She said she plans on going to Viking weekend for the Ohio Ren Fair this year. Cool. Oh, you're in Ohio. So nice. Are you and Gerald near each other? I know it's a big state, but the coldest winter I ever spent in my life was in Florence, Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati. Y'all can keep it. You can keep that state. It was so cold. This was when I was still exercising racehorses for a living. She said they're 20 minutes apart. It was so cold, the racetrack froze and exploded into tectonic plates, and they had to cancel the races.
That's horrible.
Yeah, horse races never get canceled. Only lightning cancels a horse race. Lightning and tornadoes, that's it.
These are the three decks I pulled out.
Okay, cool.
We got Dragon Oracle cards, by Diana Cooper. I've got, my Smoke, Ash, and Embers. Because, can't have a dragon show without that. And the newest addition to my dragon decks, the Tarot of Dragons. This is the one that's been calling me.
That's beautiful. And Kristen said she would like a reading before she dashes. So,
do you have something specific, or do you want just a general?
Yeah.
The book is amazing.
Ooh, that is nice.
Full color.
See, I want the art. And my little studio it's all glass. I have 2 sliders and 2 big windows. I have no walls, but I want the art. Maybe I need a dragon to hang up. Oh, that's it. I'll get a dragon tapestry to hang up over my headboard, on my headboard.
That's a good idea.
So here's Kristen's question.
I see. Some advice on balancing 2 jobs. I'm pooped.
Yeah.
I would imagine you would be pooped.
Aloha, Antoinette. Tony, hi.
Aloha, Tony.
Gerald asked a quick question. How long have you been working with dragons? Me, not very long. Not very long at all. Just probably actually working with dragons, probably just 2 or 3 years.
I've been working with dragons for coming up on like 25, 30 years now. So that's why I have so much dragon paraphernalia. Other people knew I was into dragons and started buying me things. Like that ring you're salivating over. My mom got me that, so I don't even know where she got it.
Carla Astrology popped in.
Hey,
I am going to tune into my inner dragon, and
actually, do you mind if I lead a little dragon connecting?
Please, 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 please.
Okay, so if we're gonna do this proper, make sure your feet are grounded, or you are in a reclining position, but make sure your spine is stacked just right, one vertebrae on top of the other. Sometimes you gotta twist your torso a little, get it all lined up again, which you've been hunching a lot. Deep breath down in the belly. Always belly breath with dragons. And I want you to imagine roots, golden roots coming out of the bottom of your feet, digging down deep into the earth, down deep, 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 down into the central crystalline cavern of Mother Gaia, where you see her entwined through the crystals as an earth dragon, scales of earth and crystal, breath of magma. She welcomes you to the cave. There's crystals of all kinds all around, and you feel their energy pulsing up through these golden roots, up the bottoms of your feet, bubbling with that crystalline energy, bubbling up through the legs, into the knees, into the hips, filling up the cup that is your pelvis, up your spine, spilling out to your torso, all the way up to your shoulders, down to your elbows and your fingertips. Golden crystalline energy just filling you up, up, up to the very tip top of your head, where a purple flower bursts out. And you feel the purple petals unfurl and start catching the silver energy of the heavens. And you go up, up, up into the cosmos. And there, Father Sky in his dragon form, with icy and starlight, crystalline scales, with the breath of a solar flare. And he welcomes you. And that silvery energy rains down onto the purple flower, which acts like a funnel, bringing that silver energy through the top of your head, through the crown, into your head, down to your shoulders, down to your elbows and fingertips, spilling down the spine and into your torso, filling your pelvis, spilling down your legs, and connecting you with the gold and silver of Mother Earth and Father Sky. Now imagine your own personal dragon. Could be any color, shape. It's your dragon, so it shows up the way you would expect it to. But it is long, and it curls around your waist, anchoring that gold and silver energy. And as the dragon's teeth close over its own tail to create a belt around you, a belt of protection, know that the dragons protect you always. Feel that belt sinking into your own energy field, and you are connected forever with the dragons. So mote it be. Ooh. Hi there. Let's see. So we're gonna answer Kristen Weiss. Some advice.
That was lovely. I have something. Well, may I go?
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay. So what I got, Kristen, is that you're stuck in a loop about safety, that feeling unsafe with providing everything you need with one job, but now having two jobs and feeling tired all the time and a little overdone, overextended, now feeling unsafe for a different set of reasons. So it's like instead of the second job relieving your need for a sense of safety, it seems like it's actually multiplied it. And the missing component is the belief in this, that all is provided. I know we all need to do what we need to do to maintain our home and our foundation, but this is a little bit of a walking meditation for you about the dichotomy of a sense of safety. Yeah, and they're just telling me for you to meditate on that, the sense of lack at being unsafe, and now the sense of having too much and still being unsafe.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of goes perfectly with the first card I pulled. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So it's all about that safety of, house, that safety of, making sure you have enough money coming in, making sure that you're happy in your garden, right? The thing you're not seeing Four of Wands, there's a lot to celebrate too, right? Like, yeah, you might be pooped, but are you at least enjoying the jobs, right? Are you celebrating the jobs? Are you really embracing the culture of each job, right? And then, of course, we got you in your little tornado, the Knight of Swords here, rushing to go to this and go to that. Right? So could be time to slow down a little, right? That way you won't be as pooped. I mean, you still got the two jobs. you do what you can in each one without, overextending yourself, right? Don't get caught up in that tornado so badly that you're just like, you're dizzy and don't know what's going on. Right?
And there's something a little bit I just got pinged on about people not believing in you and dismissing you with your diagnosis, and that there's something to prove to people that dismiss your diagnosis and tell you, like the whole stiff upper lip, nose to the grindstone kind of thing. The people that feel like you can logic your way out of a physical something, and to remember you can't logic your way out of a physical something, and to honor yourself and to recognize that you really don't have to prove anything to these people.
That goes perfect with the shadow card. 9 of Wands, right? So you don't need to be on the defensive, right? Don't forget, the wand energy you want is the 4 of Wands, not the 9 of Wands. You want that celebration of togetherness, right? You don't want to feel like you're having to defend yourself either.
Yeah, Kristen, somebody called you a whiner recently. I think those are the people that you probably need to not talk to for a while.
Yeah.
If people are not going to support you, no matter what you do, whether you're staying at home with one job and not having enough of this, or you're out there with 2 jobs and now you have not enough of that, financial resources and energy level. It doesn't matter which way you go with these people. They're going to say the same thing to you. So honor your own path and your own willingness to try.
This is saying find your tribe that you can celebrate with, right? The ones that make the job fun. The ones that lift you up, right? And make it feel like a party instead of just a job.
And Kristen did say the managers at her gym are very nice. So there you go.
Right.
Being welcomed into that tribe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably have a little bit better thermostat with that, because I'm sure they deal with a lot of clientele that is in a similar position that, is trying their best to move forward in a process, and they're at the gym trying to make that part of their plan. So they probably have some compassion there.
I hear music thumping all of a sudden.
Nice.
Someone's bumping some music out there. That's so
cool.
Funny. Okay. You're very welcome, Kristen Louise.
Yeah. You're very welcome, Kristen, anytime.
Oh, and Beth. Hi, Beth. That's some good advice. Sometimes it takes time for your body to adjust. You don't know how long you've been doing both. Maybe give your body time. I saw a question for us earlier. Tony says, I love using dragon's blood, the incense, but I'm not sure I specifically work with dragons. So for me,
I have a dragon's blood heart. Why didn't I bring it out here?
The dragon work, the majority of the drag work I've done has been on the astral plane more than anything. That's where most of them went a long time ago. But I always have my physical representations when I call on them and stuff.
So are they guardians for you? Are they spirit guides for you? Are they just there for
everything?
A little bit of everything?
Yeah, they definitely, I feel guarded by them for sure, but then I definitely get the whispers in the ear. And this deck is a very interesting deck because Diana Cooper somehow correlates dragons with all kinds of Judeo-Christian stuff, but at the same time it's also very elemental, and there's some let me just see if I can find a good, it's very cosmic, the golden Atlantean dragon.
Oh, wait.
And you also have Archangel Gabriel's dragon.
Hold on. We got a glare. It looks like a blob.
Yeah.
Now I want to
That's why
see
I
it.
didn't really
Looks
want to
like
play
it just looks like a
very
blob.
highly glossed. It is a hay house there.
Oh. And Tony, for me, the way Dragon Day came around was like for the past couple of weeks, all I can do is eat, sleep, drink, think, dream, dragon. It got so far into it, I ordered a t-shirt and I put it over my body pillow so I could hug the dragon all night. I'm working on a process, and I think Dragon for me is here to give me the strength that I can ride the dragon through it, because it's a biggie. It's like I didn't think I had anything left to work on in this lifetime except that one thing, and I kept trying to bargain with my guides. It's okay. I've gone so far in this life. I'm okay. We can do it next time. And no, they're not having any of it. Just like trying to bargain your way out of the grieving process. Bargaining with the gods just doesn't work, does it? So the dragon is here to carry me through it. That's my belief. So I have my dragon shirt, I have my dragon earring, I got my, got everything around me.
So the first time I actually encountered dragon, I mean, I've always been obsessed with dragons since I was a teenager, but like seeing one in ritual, first time that happened for me was, how old was I? So about like 21, I think. And there was a group of us who did a ritual to call in whatever powerful guides we had. And of course, the first one I saw was Raven. Right? And then the guy we were working with was like, look past Raven. Who else do you have? And as I looked past Raven, I saw this giant red dragon waiting behind Raven to be acknowledged. And ever since then, it's I've done all kinds. There was a book I got that had some guided meditations to create your own elemental dragons as little spiritual servants kind of thing, created in the astral realm. So I dabbled with that for a while. That was fun, but then I released them, of course. And then I just have that one particular red dragon that's been my guide ever since. So.
Bye, Kristen. Hi, IT guy, and bye, Kristen.
Yeah, I was way too far up. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Aloha, Joseph, and bye, Kristen Louise. Let's see. Of course, the luck dragon Falcor is my ideal fantasy dragon. Well, yeah, that really, who can say that didn't start their love with dragons? My white boxer used to look like him when he laid down.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love that.
Oh, I get that. I can get that. At first I couldn't get it. Ooh.
Oh, wow, Carla. So my father died in 2013, and either his guide or his ethereal form was a red dragon. Came to me the night he died and has stayed with me ever since. Wow.
That's cool. That's very cool. I love that.
Oh.
Huh.
Actually, one that
and now I'm thinking that it makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, okay, because what dinged in my head was the minute we reviewed that statement, I could hear my dad go, well, I could be a dragon too. I want to be a dragon too. And that was be so not like my dad in the human form. But in the spirit plane, he's, yeah. Okay, so I want to hear about the maternal side of dragon, because I'm always in mythology and movies and whatnot. Dragons always seem very masculine, very yang. Where's the yin in the dragon world, Professor?
Well, if you're gonna see the yin and the yang, the dragon is the yin to the phoenix yang.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Hang on. The Snorkel
the
report
dragon
says
is a representation of yin, because dragons are usually, connected to either rivers or oceans or the earth.
so. Why is the imagery all so masculine? I'm confused.
Patriarchy. I mean,
Patriarchy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. And yes, Tony, that's a very flashy cup Jonathan has.
yes. Well, I got it when I was at the Ren Fair, specifically for being at the Ren Fair.
Yes.
And dragon. I mean, you can't not drink from a cup the dragon's drinking out of when we're doing dragon readings.
Hi, Jackie.
Aloha.
And so Beth says she always sees dragons as passionately maternal and protective. Yeah, protective, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. In all mythology, they're very protective. But like I said, I've only been working with dragon for 2-3 years. So it could be that I am not deep enough into the imagery and the folklore to get to the more maternal.
If you want the maternal side, study Asian dragon lore.
That's all I watch is Chinese soap operas. You know that, and they're all masculine, all of them, every single one of them.
Because if you actually read the stories, like the myths, a lot of them, like one dragon was the river fairy king's daughter who got turned into a dragon because of this story, love story, whatever.
Oh yeah. And there are female representations in the dramas, but when it comes to the rulers of the dragon realms, it's always the king. It's always the prince and the king. So I think I've seen one empress dragon. One.
Kuan Yin rides dragons.
Yes.
Kuan Yin is very tied into dragon mythology as well. It's Kuan Yin that pacified the dragons.
Yeah. So. And if anybody wants a reading, pop it in because we are open for readings. So yes. Don't hesitate while we're talking dragon.
And we can do it. And if you don't want the this deck, I also have my Smoke, Ash, and Embers, or I could pull you a Dragon Oracle card.
Hey, Jackie has something to say to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got a short haircut because we were going into the hot months. So
yeah,
that was like the hottest month of the year.
Yeah, we had doldrums here for last week. No air at all. No air moving. And today it's like that. It's just very still. But it rained overnight.
Yeah, so
it's a big deal here. We're
my God, it rains. It's like a miracle.
It is a miracle, isn't it? Yeah, it's a miracle. So it's nice and hot and sticky today. Because of that. Oh, and the sun is peeking out. I can see across the street. It's a little patchy peeky out right now, which is awesome.
You see them all sitting in the middle of the garden in the one sun patch.
So Gerald said he doesn't have any of those dragon decks.
Oh.
Pamela, we don't even have Kona wind. Although the rain yesterday was west, it was kind of southwest. It was mostly west, but it was a little bit south. So yeah, it was a little bit of a Kona yesterday.
So Tarot of Dragons came out just this year. I think in spring. No, when did I get this? It wasn't that long ago. It was only 3 or 4 months ago. I think I got this. So this one's pretty new. And I actually went and got Sean McKenzie's Little Book of Dragons as well, because what she has to write about dragons is like, that's a good spot to start if you don't know anything about dragons. Sean McKenzie has some amazing books. Smoke, Ash, and Numbers, of course, I ended up getting a prototype. So
Show us one of those cards. I don't know that I've seen those cards either.
it is a chunky little deck, is what. Let's see. So here's the back.
Very nice.
Here's the 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords.
Oh, those are nice.
How about I use these for the next reading?
Yes.
Justice is an amphibian dragon. Oh, yeah, that's kind of a harsh 10 of Swords. I think I shuffled both versions of the 10 of Swords. And there's 2 10 of Swords. One is brutal, one is not so brutal.
There's 2 versions of the 10 of Swords in that one deck?
Right, because this version is very brutal for some people. They don't want to see a dead dragon. So there's another one where the dragon is laying with 10 broken swords in front of him. But I shuffled both in. So, of course, I'm not sure where it would even be at this point. Me. So Tony says that she's been admiring the Tarot dragons.
Tarot of dragons or Tarot dragons? Just dragons on Tarot in general. Oh, it must be a deck. Scott has it too. Must be a deck.
This is Tarot. This is Tarot of Dragons.
Tarot of Dragons. Okay.
And art. Okay. Soul Hunt.
Yeah, I just want the art. I want the art to hang up. I'm gonna look for dragons now and hang it up behind my bed.
Tony says the 2023 Moon Diary from Flickering Cauldron has dragons and crystals.
Beth had a question above that.
See that? Yeah. I do not have that deck. I actually was looking. I have 4 tarot decks that are dragon themed, and 2 oracles. The other 3 are these 2 tarot decks that I never use. This one is very pippish, and this one I like. The court cards are like pretty much the same image with just different colored clothes. It's just kind of bizarre. And then
those, I was looking at those. Jonathan showed me those yesterday, the day before, and it seemed like the ones that you don't resonate with, it doesn't seem like it's a straight dragon message. It seems like they're paired with other types of beings that may influence.
Right,
so,
this one is dragon and emissary, so there's like a human figure that you have to read into in each card too. I'm like, well,
yeah,
I want dragons.
Yeah,
dragons.
And,
I have used this. I would use this again. It's just, not everyone likes pips. So,
IT guy, yes, we're lucky, and you can see I'm outside today. Usually I'm inside, but since we have no wind, I decided to risk it and come outside. A little while ago, you could see the West Maui's behind me, but the sky has brightened up enough to we can't see it.
Is Tarot Draconis? Oh, so Gerald does have this one. This one was a gift from a friend.
Yeah, that one to me doesn't really speak dragon. That to me is like the deck you want to go to if you don't want any kind of challenge at all in the reading. You just want only more like an angel deck kind of thing, kind of vibe. At least that's what it feels like.
So Tony, the Universal Celtic Tarot, is that the one by C.J. Conway? I think. Oh, Betsy, this one's for you.
Thank you.
Oh, trash truck.
Is it at your house? It's late here. It used to come on Tuesday. It used to come exactly when we began, and now that they're not even here yet, so they've changed the route. So, are you? I can't hear it coming through. So
You can't hear it? For me,
no,
it's really loud.
it's not coming through. But they'll be on their way to my place pretty soon. Dragons and angels, aren't they the same thing? Gerald asks.
Well, I was looking at this one from Tony. I need to start a dragon hashtag.
You do. I had to get off Instagram. I couldn't hack it. It just
Dragon angels? Dragon angels?
Dragons
Dragon
and angels
dragon
aren't they the same thing?
Well,
I can
Cooper thinks they are.
I can kind of get that because I can kind of get that with the elements, it would lean towards a guide of that particular direction, and I can see how there would be dragons for protection and strength, so I can kind of see that. But I mean, wouldn't that be the same then for kind of everything? Like lion isn't, if you are into lion energy or bear energy, wouldn't that be Archangel Michael energy?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't go down the rabbit hole.
You think of like Mother Bear as like the Earth Mother. I've heard of that too.
Pamela said that would be a big no for me, Gerald. I think whatever works for you. I don't, there's no right or wrong. And this is, the longer I do work as a medium, the more and more steeply I believe that there is no rules, because there's no reality. There's only possibility that is so much bigger and more rich than we can imagine in human form, because we're just so limited.
Right. Well, and the fact that I've had guides show up multiple forms before.
Yeah. Yeah. And every culture has their own.
Right.
So I think whatever works. I mean, if you want a dragon and a bear and Michael, go for it. I mean, how could that not go in your favor? Joan B, hi. Listening and lurking, cool. Welcome, thank you. Yeah, anybody else? And we're not limiting questions, are we? Limiting questions? They don't need to be dragon related. If anybody just wants
using dragon decks to go with the dragon theme.
Dragon decks, but you know me, I kind of freewheel it, so any question at all works for me.
Oh, that's a different one I was thinking of. Oh, you know what it was, Tony? So, Universal Celtic, I think what I was thinking of was what do they call it now? CJ Conway has like a Celtic Dragon Tarot, I want to say, or Celtic Dragon Tarot. I think.
My guides got so tired of hearing me whine about wanting to go back to Scotland and Ireland for like 40 years that they finally told me one day, "You remember how many times you've died there. Why are you in such a hurry to go back?"
Oh, God.
Can't argue with that. But it finally got me over it. I have not dreamt about laying down on a mossy cliff in Scotland and taking my last breath there forever. I haven't thought about it ever since. And it used to be like that was going to be my last trip. I was going to get on a plane and go there, and just not come back. One-way ticket, not come back. Exactly. Yep.
Okay, well, should I just do a general reading to see what the dragon have to say? And I will use this deck.
That sounds great. Let's do a general.
course, what do I pull first? The other 10 of swords.
Mm.
I think we're all over being stuck in our thoughts and being caught in our illusions. It's the moon. I love this card. Yeah, it's such a pretty deck. We're ready to really just take charge of our lives. No? And let our guiding star guide us finally. No? And break free from the devil. Because, we are our own worst enemy sometimes. But, the main thing, it's all about working together. I love that 3 of Pentacles. Keeping the nest fire going to keep the eggs warm. I love how their wings look like leaves.
That's cool. Yeah, so many of us, it seems like we're kind of mourning the lives that we had and wishing we could go back. And I think we're all realizing now we're not going back to something. I'm sure some people feel differently, that their lives have resumed, but I know a lot of people that feel like
people never had a break in their lives.
Yeah, some people. My sister never did. She never. Yeah, she works in healthcare.
Over our grief. Here's 5 of Cups. I love that butterfly.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of looking to the new
and learning to nurture Mother Earth too.
Yeah, Jackie, the new normal. Working together, figuring out some new ways of doing things, adjusting our expectation about our own lifestyles.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a couple of questions that have come in, Jonathan. Joan B has a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. How can we hear our guides better? Any recommendations on ways to practice?
Funny you should ask. There's a book for that.
Yeah. I need to grab that link for you.
I actually have a little ebook on Amazon, and it's all for people that are deepening in their spiritual awakening path. It's called You Are Gifted on Amazon. But the number one thing that I recommend is to really up your game on grounding, because intuition, how do we hear our guides better, right? We want to deepen our skills, right? Our intuitive skills. So we need tools to do that. So how do we develop these skills, and what tools do we use? Grounding, because what do people say? Follow your what? Follow your gut. Gut intuition, let your gut do the guiding. It's never about the head. And yes, the messages come from a different plane. They are there. But the skills and the tools reside in our intuition, which are down here in our gut. So really deepening and developing your relationship with Mother Earth. She will help guide you in this process. But I just got chicken skin all the way up my legs.
Thank you, Tony. You just put up your book.
Oh, thank you so much. The link is kind of weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but You Are Gifted. That's it. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, but Mother Earth is that connection to her is our number one thing to get that intuition growing and blooming. At least that is my belief about that. Jonathan?
Well, the best way to practice is just to do it. I mean, for me, it was like I took the big break and pretended like that stuff didn't exist. And
we've all done that. Yep.
Right, and that was probably one of the worst things ever. And I felt like I didn't know how to listen anymore. But then it's not true. It's a skill that the more you learn to listen, the better it gets. And like Betsy was saying, when I was up in my head, there was no intuition going on whatsoever.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff.
You get a lot of stuff, but most of it was junk. I mean,
yeah.
And for me, it was the grounding that really helped. Because I got an acupuncture school and I learned like qigong and tai chi and meditation. I already knew meditation anyway because of taking like Japanese tea ceremony where every movement is a meditation. Like, and you know, I think that meditation side of things cannot be like disregarded at all. It's a big chunk of it. Most of the best mediums and channelers and readers I know meditate, because without that grounding, how do you know the answers you're getting are actually the real answer and not just some ethereal nothing?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And when I contact with loved ones on the other side, instead of a photograph, my sister, she's an animal communicator. She works off of a photograph. But for me, what works is first and last name, date of birth, and how long someone's been gone. That way, when I'm looking through the giant filing cabinet, I'm getting your Aunt Sally, not a random Aunt Sally, because there's a lot of Aunt Sallys up there. I want to know I'm going to the person that you want to see. I don't want to open up and just get somebody's father who can say anything they want to say if they were ever a father ever. Because, yeah.
Great way of putting it is thinking about doing a search for your own name on Facebook and seeing how many people have the same name as you.
Yeah.
I was shocked, personally, how many Jonathan Daileys there are out there. That's one of the reasons why at my Facebook I have Jonathan James Dailey.
Yeah.
So, craziness.
Okay. And Tony asked.
Tony has a question here. And Tony, I am going to use the Tarot of Dragons because that one really wanted to answer this one for some reason. It's very much like, I'm the most dragon energy. Let me answer. Okay. Whatever. How can dragon energy help me in my muggle life? Well, first of all, knowing you got the protection of dragons helps with confidence. That's a big thing.
It's
opportunity is a good example of the dragon energy helping to like, hey, look, you have an opportunity to swoop in right there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. 5 of Pentacles. But the thing that jumped out at me is the dragons are right there with the animals, right? The dragons have always been here. We're just not always aware of them. And, you know, just like in the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, some dragons are like that big, tiny, and you can barely see them. But, you know, don't think that you are left out in the cold. Know that the dragons walk with you. Okay? That's what I'm getting very strong with this card, even though it's not the typical 5 Pentacles reading. Page of Swords. So the dragons can help you learn new ways of thinking, new ways of perception, new ways of communicating. And Sire of Cups is King of Cups here, right? So dragons are, think about all the dragon stories you've heard of, how emotional dragons are, right? So dragons can also help you control your emotions. Not necessarily control, but like ride them instead of being ridden by them. And that flow of water. It's interesting, that hourglass. Oh no, I totally saw hourglass though. So that seeing that as an hourglass means that it's just a matter of time before you see the difference of what's going on in your muggle life if you decide to include dragon energy, right? because I feel like dragons are very invisible. They don't want to be seen. Like, there's definitely been times where I'm like, oh, I just realized I'm surrounded by dragons. I didn't even see them coming. But once they were there, it was a good thing. And underneath the shadow card here is the Three of Wands, right? So it's not necessarily about looking out for those dragons. It's looking inward for the dragons. So, funny enough, Sire of Wands is under that. So there you go, fire and water. It's that mix of fire and water that's intense. What do you got?
What do I got? I have that. It's a little bit about safety and defense is the message that I got. Let's let the speeding neighbor go by.
I can hear them.
And so what I'm getting is instead of asking a dragon to sit with you and shield you from what's coming at you from the muggle world, which feels like a need for defense in what comes at you, what I'm getting is to turn it around a little bit and let the dragon, riding the dragon, carry you to the places you want to be in the muggle world and let that muggle world reflect that back to you. So I'm not sure if, did that make sense, Jonathan? To start beaming out the way you want the muggle world to show up for you.
Right.
Instead of waiting for the muggle world to show you things that are more of a projection and a mirroring kind of thing, for you to work on moving your energy out instead of receiving what that world has to offer.
Right. Making the muggle life conform to your wants and needs. That's kind of what the dragons help you with.
Yeah.
Your wants and needs and how to, make it into your muggle life.
Yes. Let riding the dragon help beam your intention out bigger, stronger, more fully. Temperance and alchemy. Yeah.
Nice drop. Temperance and alchemy. So, Jackie says, this Tarot of Dragons is the only dragon deck I like so far. Still waiting for a cutesy one. Cutesy? This can be kind of cutesy. I mean, look at that Two of Pentacles. A dragon covered in cute little bunnies. I mean, that's my cutesy dragon deck right here. Oh, and Tony says, makes sense. Thank you, Betsy.
You're welcome. I think we're all working on that one in the muggle world. Aren't we always working on that one?
Always.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that, that struggle never goes away.
And I've got my little chakra deck beside me, and I've pulled this twice. Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, that color goes perfectly with the Ace of Pentacles.
Does. Yeah. It seems like for me, this is a real challenge. It's been a real challenge. Instead of waiting for this new world order to show me what it's going to be, to try to carry my intention out stronger and emit that, instead of waiting to just keep emitting that. That one's been a challenge for me. I don't mind saying that out loud. But I think it's a beautiful challenge. It's there's no downside to it.
Right.
Even when I'm in my car, somebody does something, and my first thought is not a good one, but my second thought is they just want to be loved. They just want to be loved. I'm just sticking with that lately. Simple, keeping it simple.
Yep. Oh, Jackie says she finds this deck a bit dark coloration. Oh, Tony says, Jonathan, your reading has great advice and insight too. Thank you. Law of attraction. Betsy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Celestine prophecy, he didn't get it wrong, did he? Yeah, I mean, all these years down the road, when you go and look through those insights again. Yeah.
And it was funny too, because he originally wrote it as a fantasy novel.
Yeah. I remember when the movie came out, I went to see it at was it at the Mac or was it at one of the movie theaters? No, I think it was at one of the movie theaters, and it was shot in this really blurry, pixelated digital format, and it was a little bit hard to follow, but went to see it in the theater. That's how old I am.
Yeah, well, there's people talking about like classics. I'm like, yeah, I saw that one in the theater.
Yeah.
Labyrinth, I saw that in the theater.
Princess Bride.
Saw that in the theater. I was the right age too for all of those.
And Desperately Seeking Susan.
Never-ending Story I saw in theaters.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen that.
Read the book instead. The book is so packed full of like occult knowledge of like and like.
I'll have to see if they've got a copy of it at the library.
Yeah, it's. So to put it to you this way, the movie that everyone loves is only like the first third to like maybe a half of the book.
Oh.
And the movie ends right where the book really takes off. So it like, and you miss out on Bastian's adventures in Fantasia. That's right, where is it? Fantasia. Like everyone calls it Fantasia, but that's the Disney movie.
Right.
Yeah, I know. There's this whole thing about like wishing, knowing what to wish for, wishing too much. There's a lot of like things about memories and how you can trade memories for new wishes, but then was that memory actually worth trading out for that wish?
Oh, that's interesting. Now
you get the right copy.
I'll have to look around. I'll have to go check at the library and see. I have errands today.
I hope they have the one that has the green and the red writing. So for the two different worlds, it's either. So I think the green writing is in Fantasia. I keep saying that. It's just stuck in my brain. And then the red writing is in Bastian's Our World. So once he goes, so like a lot of times Bastion is all in the red, and then once he switches into the other world, all of his scenes are now in green. So it's like you feel the shift of worlds in a way that's like I don't even. It's just amazing. Yeah,
that sounds cool.
Speak enough of that book.
Okay, I have a question. Anybody that has the answer to this, I have been getting a twitch in my eye all morning long. What's going on with that? Right eye, and it's on the outside corner. Twitch, 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 twitch.
That, God, I used to know that, but I'm blanking.
Yeah, if anybody knows, pop it in, or if anybody has an idea. All suggestions appreciated.
I remember hearing about the Old Wives' Tale, and it was it someone is thinking about you?
I guess I'll have to Google it. Yeah, that would make sense. A couple of days ago, I was getting like this mad impression of something going on somewhere with someone that I really, really, really need to never contact. But it was like a big time something was going on. So that makes sense.
Is that your neighbors in here?
It's somebody's on the phone right down on the street.
Oh.
It's
Okay. Well,
yeah, right down there.
oh yeah.
Walking back and forth. I'd really hope to show everybody the ocean. Oh, look, there's the West
There's
Maui's
West
behind
Maui.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the
Okay. So
tunnel
Beth said
area.
she gets a twitch when she's not enough sleep or stressed.
Right.
Yeah, neither. I fell asleep at 8:15 yesterday. Woke up at 5:30 this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, non-magical answer.
Sometimes I think
I'm,
maybe
I'm,
if I'm dehydrated, I'll get the twitch.
that's
But
another
I
thing.
don't
Dehydration and lack of potassium in your
potassium.
banana.
No, I'll
It's
be
like
looking
that,
this.
you
I'm
need a
gonna be looking this up all day.
vitamin.
Yeah.
Joan B says she never saw the Celestine Prophecy. I read the book and then I
The
read
books are great. The books are great. I think James
right?
Redfield did a lot to move American spiritual, metaphysical, new age consciousness ahead. I just think he's probably undervalued on that one because I know a lot of people read that book in the 80s and 90s and yeah. Anyway,
I read it in the 90s. Or no, was it late 80s?
yeah.
My mom read it and then she handed it to me, so I read it. And I was like, I don't know, teenager, 14, maybe 15.
Yeah.
So I am not planning on taking time off for my birthday just because I took pretty much all of July off. So I don't know. I mean, I'll probably still be doing my lives. I'll have a live the day before my birthday. Maybe I'll have a little birthday special or something. That'll be fun.
So what do you have coming up?
Well, next Tuesday, I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do for my live. I'll either start that dragon tag or
Check out Beth's last comment. I can't figure. Yeah.
potassium is to the body what mercury retrograde is to the cosmos. Every time there's an issue, look to that first as the cause. It's true. Potassium is like one of the most important things.
Yeah, I had a friend in the medical field who used to say, when in doubt, blame it on the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus and potassium. There we go. And everything in the lungs is backwards. There's
which
our
rules. Part of the eye?
It's
the corner of the eyebrow, right?
Yeah.
Well, if I think about that in Chinese acupuncture, that point is yin tong. So yeah, you're not getting enough sleep.
Okay. I guess that means I get to take a nap this afternoon, guilt-free. Well, but so yesterday was my Saturday, so came off of my 32-hour 3 days in a row stretch, 33 hours, so it's like 11 hours every shift.
So Beth and I have the same birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's on a Wednesday this year. Wednesdays. Why is your birthday on a Wednesday? So that means I would have a birthday gathering the day before on the 6th. Tuesday. Yes, and Tony's coming in with the Western knowledge, temporalis muscle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just turned 62, Beth, so I'm in the crone years too, which that's fabulous to me. Hallelujah. 47, yeah. Just a youngin'.
I don't feel
I would not go back to 47 for all the money in the world.
So Beth wants to know which day of the week was I born on. I was born on a Sunday. So the 7th day of the 7th day of the week. Yeah.
Wow, cool.
What day of the week were you born on, Beth? Since we're both September 7th babies. I'm enjoying it as long as I keep doing it.
Oh, Joan, I'm the very beginning of Leo. I'm July 24th. Yeah.
That says born on a Tuesday. And Pamela will be 69 November 7th. Actually, this weekend on the 27th, a friend of mine is, Roxy, is turning 70.
Wow.
It'll be, there's supposed to be a little surprise party.
That's cool.
I don't know if she's watching this, so I'm like, should I say it?
That's funny. Hey, tomorrow I will be on Pure Visionary channel with Terry Lee's Walking into Worlds broadcast. We're just going to be talking about being mediums. No readings.
A week from today, you and I are going to be over on Tarostash. Yes, and it would be
doing
like an hour from now. Yeah,
doing Channel Rama. Channel Rama.
No cards.
Completely deckless, gang. Magical chotch is allowed. All kinds of magical chotch, but no decks, no cards.
I will be probably be using my
nice
Black Moonstone that pulls me in. I also have Amethyst Scrying Stone that I was thinking about playing with. And then part of me is just like, don't need anything.
Yeah, that's me. Just, yeah. I mean, I had a client come in yesterday and as I was getting my glass of tea or glass of water, and she had a big giant tub of ice water, so she didn't need any drinks. And my guides are like, pour 2 small cups of tea, do it now. And I couldn't even sit down. It's okay. Golly jeepers, guys.
Yeah, I actually was over at a friend's house once and I was doing readings with the deck, just playing around. And this woman that she had wanted to introduce me to forever, like, comes in. She takes one look at me and she's like, you don't need a deck. She hands me her keys. She's like, give me a reading just using these. And stood there waiting. And I did, because, there was so much energy going off those keys, I couldn't help but just be like,
yeah.
Yeah, you should not be with that person anymore. You need to move on. She's like, oh, yeah, well, you just confirmed what I just did. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you just moved out, huh?
Gerald and I were chatting, and we were chatting about me at my jewelry job and doing psychometry with all the jewelry. Yes, they talk.
Some of those are old.
Yeah, there's the oldest piece we have in the store right now that we know for sure the date on is a bracelet, and it's actually inscribed on the back of the bracelet 1871. So yeah, those guys, they have fun vibes. I love the antique stuff. But also when clients come in, the piece that they need to see will tell me in the case, get me, come and get me, show me now.
Me. They need me. That's it. It's just that's it. So
yeah, I kind of lost track
about this deck is it comes with little cheat cards.
Oh.
For those of you who need that little extra help if you're reading the chart.
Jackie said her nan lived to be 102, did her own cooking.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, 102. No, thank you.
Well, that's she probably lived that long because she was doing her own cooking and not using packaged crud.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, back in the day, there wasn't all that
easy food, but
there wasn't all that convenience.
Really, food at that point.
Yeah.
I think Maul might want to come in, and we are past the hour.
Yep.
So come back next week. I think I might do a side-by-side of the two Titanic Tarot. I know you don't want. I know.
I cannot punish myself.
No worries. Or maybe I will just go through my 6 decks and why I love them or why I don't love them for dragons and start a dragon deck.
I think you should do the Titanic. Everybody really responds to it. I'm the only one that gets freaked out that I know of.
No, I know others who freak out, but I've been obsessed with it for pretty much forever. And
the first time I ever channeled, like big time, full on channeled, was at a psychic development class in the 80s, earlier 80s, and it was from the Titanic. Just a bunch of people screaming. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. They wouldn't let me drive for a while. Yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with the Titanic for sure. I just watched the movie a few days ago, so but the deck just, I don't know, man. The decks just affect me. So there you go.
Well, I haven't been able to use the first edition because the miners are all people underwater.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I know they're not technically drowned, they're just underwater, but and like several of them there's like mermaids. But I've heard that the second deck, which I haven't even looked at yet, although I have the bottle right here. It came with a note in the bottle from one of the Titans.
That came with the deck? Oh, that's cool.
And it has, I haven't opened it, but it has a little message from one of the passengers.
Oh, I think you got to leave it sealed. It looks like it's waxed.
It is waxed. Yep, it's waxed.
Yeah.
But I can read it. If you live to be 100, I want to live to be 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live without you.
Yeah.
That is from Mr. Harry Anderson.
And there was room on the door too.
Right.
Everybody says that. I remember sitting in the theater going, "Why doesn't she just have him come on the day?" Yeah.
I know.
Guys, if you go over to my Facebook page, I'll post a link to the chat I'm on tomorrow. I'm Pure Visionary. I'm fixing to do that when we're off of here. And also, Psychic Sisters First Friday live readings will be coming up on the first Friday of September with my sister and I.
The link for Betsy's YouTube is in the description.
Yeah. And you can Facebook me too, Betsy Palmer. There's also Medium Betsy Palmer. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Betsy, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, everybody in the chat. It was such a fun dragon day.
Dragons, I love it.
I'm going to take the dragons out there with me.
Good. Aloha, everybody. Until next